Thanks, bud. You fucking, you guys.
That's my first.
When they kept moving the huddle on you.
I'm just trying to walk out there and I'm like,
man.
I just got tripped over second base. And they're out and I can go sit in there.
Hey.
I told them, thanks for letting me hang out.
We don't want to
Yes,
see
sir.
Okay.
We really don't want you to have 2 dishes this World Series. Just one. One and out.
I have no idea. Hope someone knows that.
Who's that third? I'm at left field.
I'm a third.
Oh, you're at third. Okay. I'm left field.
Where are you at?
You're
Where
right
are you
field.
at?
Elmer's wall.
I'm at first. Probably should get a couple of those out here. Hey, so we finally saw the sign out there. We finally figured out what doc means. Dick of confidence. Water.
Apparently that doesn't work either.
No.
The hover.
No. Apparently it don't work.
What
size your shoe?
Because my beautiful wifey told me.
You're like this? And you're like this? We had her up here?
Yeah. Okay.
One single. 2 singles.
And then he's working on the like, good.
No.
Yeah, the up and under.
Why are you pushing on me?
Come here.
There's so much wrong. We're going to do all our accolades. All of what they do. Tell them all that.
Hey, Scotty, too hotty.
They do. Stump the shade. Scoop the shade.
Scotty said your mama too.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll drink with you guys. I wouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to
Pull one out for our homies.
47 men's majors World Series underway. Let's start by introducing the teams and the umpires for this contest. Gentlemen, the two games call is taking place on the foul line in front of your dugout. First introducing Resmondo, the number 2 seed and the visiting Swan. In their batting order lineup, number 4, Bryson Baker. Number 23, Kyle Pearson.
Get in the middle. Just get on the side.
Number 7, Greg
Right? You can
Cannell.
get in the middle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whatever.
I'll get in the middle too because I'm going to side.
Number 12,
That's fine.
Brian Wakeman.
I have no
Number
outs.
8, Travis Clark. Number 94, Buddy Wolf. Number 25, Bubba Mack. Number 10, Scott Kirby.
I like about
Number 21, Mike Upshide. And number 14, Kevin Bazar.
So if they're going to
The other
announce us the
members
same
are
way,
Resmondo.
why don't we just go
Our
when you're
number
announced,
44,
go
Brett
up the
Palmer.
home plate kind of in the same direction you
Number
are.
87,
Turn around and look at
TJ
us.
Cole.
Behind the box.
Number
behind the
6,
box.
Brad
They're
Gregory.
just go.
Number 9,
Turn around,
Chris
obviously. and look
Hansen.
this way.
Number 5, Ryan Goodman. Number 1, Paul Burns. Number 41, Dan Sanchez.
On this side of the box.
Sponsored
About where
coach,
you are.
Number 19, Bob Hortenbach. Coach, number 39, Pete Campbell. Number 33, travel coordinator, Cheryl Webb. And number 00, the statistician, Saul Simpson.
Oh,
The sponsor, Travis and Candace Resmondo. Sponsor, John and Beth Riccio. Sponsor, Jason Wilkins. Sponsor, Scott DeLorge. And sponsor, Tom Bradley. Ladies and gentlemen, Resmondo, OA Apparel, H Auto, Specialty Tank.
And now introducing their opponents in this evening's championship game. The home team, the #1 seed, they enter with a record of 4-0, located in the first base dugout. They are Smash It, Scene, TDB, Mike Give Word. Leading things off, it will be their first baseman, number 36, Jason Brandt. Batting second, the pitcher, number 19, Andy Purcell. Batting third and catching, number 35, Ryan Harvey. In the cleanup spot, the right fielder, number 3, Andrew Collins. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 21, Nick Santana. Batting sixth, the middle infielder, number 22, Luis Reyna. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 3, Brandon Dillon. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 9, Dennis Ruley. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 33, Don DiDonatis. Batting 10th, the third baseman, number 6, Corey Briggs. The other members of Smash It, number 24, Lee Payne. Number 92, Eric Canabi. Number 5, Jeff Grouse. Number 7, Jason Kendrick. And their statistician, number 2, George Phillips. The manager, John Rector. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smash It, CTV, Mike Give Word. And now let me introduce the outstanding umpiring crew for tonight's championship game.
Oh, that outstanding.
At home plate from Fayetteville, Arkansas, in his 9th Men's Major World Series,
All right, now.
Mr. Jason Overlap. At first base from Sherwood, Arkansas, in his 7th Men's Major World Series,
Congratulations,
Mr.
brother.
Ken Hawk. At second base from Shelby Township, Michigan, the National USSSA Director of Officials and Umpire-in-Chief, a Hall of Famer in his 17th Men's Major World Series, Chuck Doc Beckwell. At third base from Jacksonville, North Carolina, in his 7th Men's Major World Series, Mr. Rob Manilow. Down the left field line from Macomb, Michigan, in his 14th Men's Major World Series, Mr. Tony Walzak.
And Levi Lynch. Hey Levi, how you doing?
And down the right field line, in his first Men's Major World Series from Tacoma, Washington, Levi Lynch. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the umpires for tonight's game. And so these two great teams ready to do battle. Gentlemen, let's get ready to take the field and play ball.
We're good. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing.
Oh, there we go.
Remove your caps. In the left center field, blowing gently in the breeze is the American flag. Please join me in the singing of our nation.
You do. Let's do it.
Great one.
Let's do this.
Best team on the field.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Hey, everybody
Best
work
team
hard.
on the field. Work
Work hard. Let's go.
Hey, guys.
Let's go.
All right, we are ready. This is the moment. Bernie got their DW from softballcenter.com.
One more,
The
Scotty.
men's major championship game. What do you got here, DW? There you go.
All right. Smash It Sports, the undefeated team, Burn, in the field in all white. And Resmondo in the black shirts, white pants. They're going to have to try to win 2 games from the visitors' side as they give home automatically to the higher seed based on points earned throughout the season. Interesting thing, after that last game, they cut open all the bats for Dan Smith. They're going to cut open all the bats for these 2 teams in the championship.
Missed opportunity. There's some nice bats we could have used.
Great bats, a lot of money there, but you got to make sure everything's on the up and up, even out the competition.
This is something they did after the tournament a year ago, and they had some pictures of it, but I think that obviously really says something to the, especially some of the other softball fans that are in here to get a chance to see it being cut open right here in the middle of the game, don't you think?
Yeah, they last year it was only bats that failed
Okay.
that were cut open, whereas this year it was every bat in the bucket.
How you doing?
How are you, buddy?
Good.
All right, who you got tonight? Can Resi do it twice?
I mean, if I'm a bet man, I don't think they can. But the ball definitely flew better that last game, as we saw Resmondo win a high-scoring affair with Dan Smith. Game time here, Burn, at 78 degrees.
And Bryson Baker leads it off with a base hit straight back up the middle.
Man aboard and Bryson Baker with a leadoff single. And now the first baseman for Resmondo batting 708 on the series. 9 home runs in his team. 18 RBI. Kyle Pearson.
18 RBIs in the tournament for Pearson. He's had a big tournament. He struggled a little bit this afternoon against Purcell.
Yeah, let me know.
See if he can get started on the right foot here. Purcell at pitcher, Harvey at catcher.
Hey!
First pitch swinging by Pearson. He hit it deep. Santana looks up.
There you
and
go.
it's off the scoreboard. Pearson 2-run homer gets him on the board. In that game earlier, they didn't score until the 3rd inning.
And now the middle infielder with 6 round trip tickets in the World Series. Greg Cannell.
Third base for Smash It Scene is Corey Briggs. Shortstop Don DeDonatis Jr. Middleman is Luis Reyna. Second base Dennis Rulli. First base Jason Branch. And left to right in the outfield Dylan, Santana, and Collins.
Play!
Doc Beckpo is on the winner's
Jason.
bracket file, and now
Yep, Jason Oberlack. One hopper to third. Briggs has a great arm.
One!
have we seen Oberlag do a men's major World Series championship game in your recollection?
Yeah, I think he's been on there.
As the home plate umpire?
Yeah,
First out now and left
if not the championship, the if game.
Brian Wakeman.
Nice scoop by Branch at first. Corey Briggs, one of those third basemen that can knock down a ball, even on a baseball field, and still gun a runner out.
Play!
The best arm at third base in the league. Nice piece of hitting by Wags.
He really needed to get going. You could see that he was frustrated with the way that he was hitting the ball. And the losers bracket final. The star of the show was Kirby. Incredible hitting.
Is he 6 for 6? I think.
And I think with 4 home runs.
4 homers. Bunch off the scoreboard out there. And that's surprising. We thought maybe Kirby was done for the tournament with that pulled muscle.
Did you cover up my shit, fucker? Let me know when you're ready.
Remember they were mic'd. Travis Clark.
Overleg mic'd at home plate.
Help!
2 away.
2.
Checking out the lineups. Both teams going. This is the. Nope.
We haven't gotten the new
Okay.
updated lineup. We'll send somebody in between. I know that obviously with a quick timetable in between.
See if they're going with a 10-man lineup or not.
I got you, Bob.
Buddy Wolf, the batter, runner on third.
Play!
Fans starting to trickle in here to Champion Stadium. This is why we decided to move this game to the night under the lights. Buddy Wolf. Andrew Collins comes in, and this was the difference maker in the winner's bracket final. It was Collins out in right field. He makes a diving snag, and now Smasher, who needs to win just 1 game, comes to the plate for the first time.
As it were. Sorry.
Jack.
Can we done? I can undo it.
With direct flights daily, your vacation begins at GoMelbourneFlorida.com.
Each and every day you come out here to the park, you give everything you got.
Behind every good team is a great coach.
Our hands are not in here, hands are out.
Today's coaches mold tomorrow's leaders.
It's a lot of hard work.
We know the blood, sweat, and tears that go into the job. And that's why this season, coaches fly free when booking their team's travel with us.
That's all right, come on, it's fine.
Save time, save money, fly with the Air Travel Group.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're back here at the Men's Major World Series. Here's a look at the starters tonight, at least the first 9, because that's what our starting lineup graphic can get. Rich, Purcell, Harvey, Collins, Santana, Rainier, Dillon, Rulli, Don DiDonatis, all status quo in the first 9.
I'm sure Corey Briggs is 10th.
Right.
Well, the replacers at the bottom half, bench number 1. Will be their first base, number 36.
Got Bryson Baker over there at third base for Resmondo. Kevin Bezat at short. Middleman, Greg Cannell. Second base, Bubba Mack. First base, Kyle Pearson on the mound. Travis Clark.
Heavy.
Kirby's catching left to right in the outfield. Wegman, Umscheid, and Wolf. Cannell guessed the wrong way. Did you see that?
It was just past the outstretched glove of Greg Cannell.
Time!
I feel like if there's any X factor tonight for Resmondo, they've got to get Greg Cannell
Hey, I'll just switch with you every time until you wave me off.
He's just too big of a bat.
Yeah, those first 6, 7 hitters who've been lights out at the World Series in the past all need to be able to hit Purcell, which they have not proven they can do really this entire season.
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Andy Purcell.
Purcell, the 2017 MVP of the conference. Base hit, backside.
And Purcell rips that one to right, so we've got runners at the corners with nobody.
To your question, Resmondo, we got the official lineup card. They're batting 10 as well.
Number 35.
Both teams trimming down the lineup to the 10 guys they think can get it done.
Ryan already 13 out of the 18 in this World Series. He's got
and
6 home runs.
Ryan Harvey at the plate can give Smash It their first lead right here with one swing.
Harvey led the conference in home runs.
Play!
That's the swing. Over the scoreboard.
Over the scoreboard.
How about that for a start?
Deep over the wall in left center field.
Ryan Harvey
Thank you.
hammered that first pitch over the scoreboard in center field, which is 4, maybe 5 stories high and 405 feet away.
So the base is cleared for the right fielder, number 3, Andrew Collins. And Andrew, 12 out of 14 in this World Series with a team-high 8 home runs.
Play!
Collins with the base hit up the middle. He's going to stretch it to a double.
Time!
It's a hot stick, 13 for 15 in the tournament. Here's Nick Santana.
And that's just a double at center field for Andrew Collins. His 13th hit in the World Series. And now stepping into the box, it'll be the center fielder. He plays that along with Florida Nick Santana.
Santana, Reyna, Collins, Harvey, Purcell Jr. These guys are all from Florida.
Ball! Yep, back here.
Big Florida contingent on the Smash It Scene team. Oberlag calls the strike. Santana got a pitch to hit. Didn't quite get it. Wolf's there. Catches the knuckleball. Collins moves up. 1 out.
I got you, brother.
That one written to right, but there together at the end is Buddy Wolf. One away.
Strike.
Collins goes
Absolutely,
to
strike 2.
And now stepping into the box, it'll be the middle infielder, number 22
I got you, Bob.
from Springfield, Florida, Luis Reyna.
I mean, the book's 3 to 10,
both
right?
of these lineups are similar in that there's so much more power at the top than the bottom, but it appears that the bottom of the Smash It lineup, at least from my eyes, has been a lot more consistent in this tournament.
Right, we saw in that winner's bracket final, the bottom of the Smash It lineup getting hits, getting it to the top of the order, to the Harveys and the Collins.
Hey, I'd rather see them shift over. Hey, I'd rather see both of them.
Okay, Bob, I got you.
Travis Clark setting the defense. Reyna's got a strike on him with the foul. Back up the middle, a base hit.
That one right pulled up the middle. That's an RBI single for Luis Reyna. It's 4-2 Smash It. 1 out, 1 on. And now stepping into the box, it'll be the left fielder, number 3, playing out of Alexandria, Brandon Dillon.
Brandon Dillon. And this is how big this is, because if you get Dillon, Rulli, DiDonatis, Briggs back on top, then you start over all again, and that's when you're going to see 12 on the board here.
Right. Probably the most complete hitting lineup in the conference, top to bottom. Mainly because Purcell's such a good hitter. Most pitchers are not. Did he get enough?
It's flying, but the ballpark is going to hold it. Caught by Weggs out in left field.
The fly ball to deep left. Wegman there to gather.
Time
at second. So so now 2 out.
Those of you just joining us, Resmondo's got to win 2.
The man with more hits than
These two teams faced off against one another at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
The man who has scored more.
As you talked about, Resmondo did just about everything wrong, but they found themselves in the 7th inning, 3 runs away from having a real chance.
Even after all the runners they left on base, they still had a shot in the 7th, but couldn't come up with enough runs.
Dennis really missed it, and what we talked about could have turned into a 12-run inning. Holds at just a 4-run first, but smash it on their way to the title, leading by 2 after 1.
Retire the side.
Leading off at 6. Bubba Mack.
We are back. Bubba Mack launches.
He did. He pointed. I called it.
Don DiDonatis, we saw him here on the press level.
Yep.
This is the time where he takes a look at all the stats and they start to put together the all-conference team. They used to have a full night to really figure it out, but that schedule has been consolidated a bit.
Right now they're doing it on Saturdays.
Bubba Mack lined off the wall. Dylan can't grab it.
Dylan made a nice effort and a leap, and just the ball was just over his head. Bubba Mack, a leadoff double, brings up Scott Kirby.
I'm going to give you a dry one every time unless you don't want it.
I think we're going to have a high-scoring game, even though it was only 4-2 in the first.
Please.
We'll see if the momentum continues for Kirby. Maybe he is the X factor for this team as well.
Yep. Kirby had a huge game against Dan Smith.
This one's going to carry, and that one is gone. A 2-run home run. So how about this? A 5 home runs between the last 2 games.
Scotty.
Kirby is on it.
He's finding his mug here under the lights. You know how to Dougie?
Oh, what?
The Dougie. Might come try the song.
I don't know.
I don't either.
It's got a good beat.
Yep, you let me know.
Umshide and Bazat, they went with the 10-man lineup. Pulling out all the cards. First game of the championship.
Yes.
Nice.
Base hit back up the middle. DiDonatis is the only one to the left. And look at Upshide putting his wheels on. He's in at second with a double.
Umshide had been lacing those hard ground ball singles for all over the field the last 2 games.
I got you, brother.
Bob Bazat, he had 4 home runs against Dan Smith. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, the entire Resmondo team only had 4 home runs. Oh, didn't get all that one.
Collins remains a rock out at right.
Nice throw.
Time!
All the way to third. 2 bounces.
Retired in right field.
If you're with us at 1 o'clock, you know that Travis Resmondo was actually ejected from the game. It's still very rare to have a sponsor ejected, but he was taken out halfway through. He's back in the dugout on the top of the rail now, hoping he has a chance to celebrate yet another men's major championship. This is Bryson Baker. Baker down the line, and that ball is going to be caught. The carom.
No, it didn't hit the fence there?
We have time. 2 gentlemen.
We're going to have to check it out. Nobody's arguing it.
This one of sacrifices. Onside comes in 4. Resmondo on top 5.
Nope.
It's a good call.
That's why we have 6 umpires this game.
Reigning World Series MVP.
2 umpires, 1 down each line. Probably about the 265 mark.
Yes, sir.
He had a good view of that one. Dylan brought it in. The out is all that counts.
Play!
Cal Pearson. Good night.
Opposite field over the Helmer wall.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a bomb.
2 home runs. He is the World Series leader with 11 round trippers.
His team could win. Pearson's working on an MVP. He did struggle that one game this afternoon, though. He's trying to erase all thoughts of that game.
So after Resmondo led early by 2, they've gotten 4 here, and Greg Cannell continues to struggle. He needs a new bat. Collins in right makes the play, ends the threat, but Resmondo doing a little work. Up by 2 with Smasher coming to the plate for the second time when we come back.
Three experiences to have in one trip. Go Titusville.com.
Less than 1 year later, here we are. And we've been very busy in believing in this project, giving this association the new chapter. Now this is the final stop for at least the next 20 years.
What you eating?
Bottom of the second inning. Resmondo leading 6-4.
You better run. You better run. Run harder.
Clark trying to hustle out between innings so he doesn't get
That's going to be a ball.
called for a ball, which he just did.
I'm back here doing some administrative stuff.
So they're going to call it a ball, even though...
I mean, he said ball. The home plate umpire's Mike. That's Jason Oberleg. Maybe he was joking. I'm not sure. Let's see.
I
mean, it's not like DiDonatis is even standing by the box.
Now playing out of Vieira, Florida, Don DiDonatis. Don, a .667 on base percentage so far in this World Series.
All right, so here's DiDonatis leading things off.
DiDonatis, one of the rare players that stands way back in the box. Just missed.
Here you go. That one's going to be wet.
We assume more players will be back in the box next year.
because of the talk about the higher strike zone.
At least that's the idea, right?
Right.
Fill it in.
Thinking about expanding the zone height and width.
Play!
At the conference. Bouncer right side.
Could be tricky. Did not as well, you know he's going to hustle. But they make the play for round number 1. Bubba Mack gets the first out.
And battling up the third baseman, number 6, playing out of Salone Springs, Arkansas for the
They feel like aside from KP and Harvey that Hagelin may have been the third most impressive player last night in the Derby. Would you go with that?
Yeah, we had, was Dylan in the finals?
Yeah, Dylan made it to the finals
Hagelin
as
in the semifinals. Yates also had a nice night.
I thought that the Hagelin KP duel was one of the most memorable parts of the home run derby, to tie it up
fly ball to right field with the
and then have to go to do the swing off.
He went to the swing off, and then Yates, Pearson against Yates in the home run derby. Pearson put up an 11. If you remember, Yates tied him 11-11.
Well, that's exactly what you wanted to do if you're Travis Clark. At the bottom of the lineup, get your outs.
Got the 2 outs, top of the order, Branch.
Not that Smash It still can't put 10 up, but the likelihood of having that type of a 10-run second falls gigantically now that there's 2 away.
And that one laced back
that's
through
the start.
box and a base knock for Jason Branch.
Greg Kennell can't grab it.
And now stepping into the box, it'll be the Hall of Famer, the pitcher, number 19, Andy Purcell.
Kirby.
Now is Andy going to go for it all here?
When Andy tries to hit home runs, he pulls it right down the left field line. So between where Wegman's standing and the line, that's normally his home run spot. But he also picks out spots in the infield, and he'll just knock it through for a base hit. And Travis Clark, after he's done pitching here, has a huge hole to cover up the middle.
Never in my life have I seen one that big.
Play!
Talking about the hole. Andy Purcell trying to poke at it.
Yep.
And a base knock.
That was not even that sharply hit. So they're giving him a little too much space up the middle, I think.
So now 2 on with 2 outs. And it'll be
I'm not very good, but I can hit that hole.
Ryan Harvey. Ryan, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs.
And Bernie could hit that hole.
Think so?
Could drive 2 trucks through that hole.
Corners, nobody in, 2 away.
Harvey knocked it over the scoreboard last time.
Yeah, this is where they were. Harvey at the plate. They were
Andy Purcell now
down
all time in World
by 2.
Series.
Harvey got in the lead, trying to get the lead again.
Play!
It's quite obvious that Travis Resmondo has some frustration with Ryan Harvey, but in this particular moment,
he flew out.
He flew out.
Wow.
I thought he still got enough.
But it's so high.
That's the first 0 of the night. So we haven't had a whole lot of scoring. But Resmondo leads 6-4. We go to the top of the 3rd.
In the inning, Smash.
USSSA is the stage where the nation's top sports stars shine for the country to see. On the diamond, the top baseball players are looking to be chosen by the Select 30 and compete as a team at the National Amateur Baseball Championships. In Fast Pitch, USA Elite Select the World Fast Pitch Championships brings together premier players and teams from across the country to play for the title and continue their dream of one day playing professional softball. While Nationwide Conference USSSA hosts the stars of slow pitch softball. Take your game to the next level. Play the best. Play USSSA.
Less than 1 year later, here we are. And we've been very busy in believing in this project, giving this association the new chapter. Now this is the final stop for at least the next 20 years.
Here we go.
We are back here for the top of the third inning.
Bobby, grab that glove for me, please. Thank you. I said please.
All-world selection, Brian Wegman.
Brian Wegman. Smash it scene. That was a huge out. Thinking about Harvey with 2 on board.
Runners on the corners. Harvey flew out to left center field. 6-4.
Hey!
Both teams with 7 hits apiece. And both teams have gone over the scoreboard. Pearson for Resmondo and Harvey for Smash It Scene. Crowd pleasers, as we call them.
I learned long ago that the chicks dig the long ball.
I wouldn't know.
Wow!
Lined off Purcell's leg. Hopefully it got the protective gear, but I'm not sure. That was hard hit.
Purcell walks off the battery. Wegman safe on first.
He's not going to be happy with Wegman.
Yep, no conference here.
They're friends, but not in this particular moment.
Right. And Oberlag is allowing the manager, Jason Kendrick, to come out and check out Purcell without using a conference. As well he should. That was a hard hit. Purcell looks like he's okay.
You want to throw one?
That's impressive. Hopefully it hit the shin guard, if he even has a shin guard on there.
Kendrick, that's an injury timeout. That's not a conference. You still got a visit left this inning. You're welcome. Here we go.
Yeah, we're trying to get the replay on that one.
Now batting pitcher number 8, a 2-time All-World selection, Travis Clark.
I got you, brother.
Right. Purcell, as tough as they come on the mound, he's going to pitch after getting drilled by Wegman up the middle.
I got you, brother. You let me know.
Travis Clark, the batter, runner on first is Wegman. Strike called. Defense comes off the lines with 1 strike. Swung on, popped him up.
1 out.
Santana grabs the high fly ball of Clark.
1 out. Brings up the lefty, Buddy Wolf. Buddy Wolf came up with tailgaters out of Cleveland and Pennsylvania area, and played with Rax. Now with Resmondo. Runner on first, Wegman, 1 out. 6-4, Resmondo lead. Swung on, Santana.
They had him played perfectly.
Yep, drifts back, makes the catch.
Santana only needed to take 3 steps.
Time 2, gentlemen.
Grabs out number 2. Wegman moves over to second base. And now 4-time All-World selection and 2015 MVP, Buddy Matt.
James Lott's wondering if Clark should ask if he should pitch with a one of the L screens the next inning.
Yeah, you might want to screen and after that one.
Play!
Middle's wide open here at the championship. That's for sure.
Flat and in.
Bubba Mack. Seems like the ballpark is going to hold it, and it will. So both teams back-to-back half innings. Smash it. Goes to that scoring. Resmondo goes to that scoring. 6-4. Headed to the bottom of the third.
The home half of the third are Collins, Santana, and
With direct flights daily, your vacation begins at comeoverflorida.com.
Overall, but as has started to be the case of the Men's Major World Series,
it's early.
They're going to need some new bats for one. Let's check in with Lindsay Schmidt. Lindsay?
Yes, Bernie. Well, they brought out the saws in between games, and that was to cut the bats, to inspect them, to make sure they weren't shaved on the insides. Hey, if it's the Men's Major World Series, you have to make sure that everything is fair and that the winners really deserve the right to be there. We don't like cheaters in this game.
And that's for the Final Four, DW.
Right, they did it right on the field in front of all the fans. That's directors Stroy and Kennison.
And I'm not sure why Tony's wearing that Georgia jersey.
Cutting them open.
All right, here we go.
So all the bats from the final three teams will be cut open.
You'd think he would have dressed nicer if he knew he was going to be on TV.
EK! EK! The gloves, thank you.
Bottom of the third, Resmondo did not add to their 2-run lead there. Smash it scene. Andrew Collins working on an MVP week. He'll be the leadoff hitter. Not too many guys more intense than Andrew Collins.
What do you think about the bat inspection?
It's outstanding. I mean, think about it. Especially these last couple of teams, all the players receive their bats from the manufacturer. So it's not like they're out money by getting their bats cut open.
They're all going to get new bats here in the offseason. I'm sure if they're playing in the mix, they'll probably get another bat somewhere that they could use.
Right. Collins made an out. That's a story in itself.
And he was going middle.
Yep.
I think that was setting the tone.
Could be.
Let me know.
Could be. Clark was ready for it though, and here's Santana with one out. Nice pick by Pearson.
Yeah. 2!
At first.
Santana is retired.
Resmondo flashing a little leather here in the third inning.
Me and you, Bob. Me and you.
Mike, make me a catch. Let's go. Let's get in here and do some damage. Let's go.
See Travis Resmondo in the background to the right of Rainey, watching, taking it all in. Thinking that he's continues to run out of room for his rings. He's got no space on any of his fingers. He's working on the toes right now.
I've seen a picture of his office, and the entire wall is these big trophies from the World Series.
Well, I would think that Smash It may stop thinking about the middle, thinking about the long ball, because Travis Clark fielding his position well.
That's impressive. Clark knew it was coming. He was ready, and he made 2 out of the 3 outs on shots up the middle.
Neither team scores in the third. We head to the fourth. 6-4 Resmondo.
Okay. Down in order.
USSSA is the stage where the nation's top sports stars shine for the country to see. On the diamond, the top baseball players are looking to be chosen by the Select 30 and compete as a team at the National Amateur Baseball Championships. In Fast Pitch, USA Elite Select and the World Fast Pitch Championships brings together premier players and teams from across the country to play for the title and continue their dream of one day playing professional softball. While Nationwide Conference USSSA hosts the stars of slow pitch softball. Take your game to the next level. Play the best. Play USSSA.
There's a look at the scoreboard here that has been cleared. What's the softballcenter.com official account?
On the score?
Oh, balls to the home runs have cleared the scoreboard.
Oh. I believe we're at 4. Before the game with Dan Smith and Resmondo, there was only one guy that went over the board. That was Arjun Dodds of Rax. He did that on Thursday morning. But since then, I think Pearson's gone over twice, Harvey once. I may be missing somebody. Might have been Kirby.
Play! Scott Kirby. See if he can get his 6th home run in the last 2 games.
We'll have that official list of all players that went over the board on the
flat.
report on Monday.
Full.
Set up, set up.
Pitch called flat, full count to Scott Kirby. And Kirby lines it right out to Dylan. Holds his ground and makes the play out in left field for out number 1.
I think Resmondo's thinking a little too much about the home run. Maybe they need to go back to base hitting. Nobody's scored since the top of the second. Resmondo 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 0 in the third. Smash had seen 4 in the first, 0 in the second, and 0 in the third.
Hey, here we go!
Mike Upside, the batter.
Yep.
Upside, first pitch swinging, fouled it off.
Couple people surprised that it's 6-4 here.
I'm one of them.
Play!
I thought it'd be a lot more high scoring after that Dan Smith game. Resmondo was in the 30s. Nice piece of hitting by Umshad.
Base hit. That's what they needed.
Time!
And now Kevin Bizarre can keep it going.
Thank you.
Only 16 combined hits. Resmondo's got to win 2. Smash Hit's got to win just 1.
Play!
This could be 2. DiDonatis to second.
Time! 2, gentlemen!
That one took DiDonatis too far away from the play to get it. And we're back to the top of the lineup. Talk a little bit about the bats. It's actually a major suspension if they find that the bats are altered.
Right, I want to say a 2-year suspension, but for sure it's a 1-year. We'll have to get the ruling from the directors on that.
Price and Baker.
On out, give me one. Give me one. On out. Good.
Baker to Collins. And look at this. We got a pitcher's duel at the Men's Major World Series between Andy Purcell and Travis Clark. Spence, it's the top of the second. The last time we saw a run scored.
Thank you.
Resmondo with 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second. They've got a 6-4 advantage. But as we know here in slow pitch softball, it is a family affair. More on that, let's check in with Lindsay Schmidt, who's in the stands tonight. Lindsay?
That's right, Bernie. You called this a family affair. I am here with Nick Santana's dad, Ralph. Ralph, I guess, you know, starting off, you had to be pretty athletic as a kid to do all the things that Nick's doing now. What was he like growing up?
Well, let me tell you, kid, you know, since he's started playing ball since he was 6 years old, he's amazed me because the way he was handling the ball, you can tell the difference between the kids. I mean, you can tell, you know, the difference because his ability is better than the other kids.
And did you ever coach him?
Yes, I did. I did Little League. I Little League with him only about 2 years.
Do you still give him tips now on things he can do when you watch his game? Do you call him later and say, hey, Nick, you could have done this better tonight?
Yeah, well, so he don't like to do that. He got mad at me because when I trying to correct him, hey, you shouldn't swing that ball. You should wait for another one. So, but I'm still doing it, though.
And watching him now on this stage in the Men's Major World Series, what emotions as a dad are going through your head?
Well, you know, seeing him playing at this level made me feel proud of him a lot. Yes.
Well, that's nice to see, and thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to watching Nick play.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bernie.
Thank you, Lindsay.
I got you, D.
So many really sacrificed to be part of it. Obviously, the parents are some of the reasons why these players are here and all their great baseball careers. Fly out to begin the inning.
Right, most players, you know, getting the support of their parents, maybe some hitting lessons and things of that nature. When they're
Back
younger.
up the middle, base hit. It's a long summer for you guys. You talk about your family sacrifices having you on the road for 11 consecutive weeks.
Right, to start the season, except for Easter there, I was on the road basically 11 out of 12 weeks. But I love it, and these players do sacrifice, and they have a good support system behind them.
Here's Junior.
One out, one on for Don DiDonatis.
Is he thinking middle here as well?
Left field's way in, center field's in, right field is way back, and they are stacking the right side. He tried to hit it out, I think. Long run for Wolf.
Help! Time to.
Sometimes you think too much as a softball player. You just need to hit a line drive.
Number 6, Corey Briggs.
Two outs for Corey Briggs.
Play!
Briggs might have
Finally, are we
gotten
going to get
enough.
some scoring? We are. Put it back on the board.
Briggs led the conference in offensive efficiency, which is runs batted in plus runs divided by plate appearances. Even though he's the last batter on the team all year, he has been clutch. He tied the game 6-6.
Right. JB, let me know, bub. Not that you ever do. Here we go. Play!
Jason Branch. Are we going to finally maybe see the bats come to life? Back up the middle. Travis Clark couldn't grab it, and he knew that would have been big. And Branch hustles his way to second with a double.
The pitcher, number 19, Andy Purcell, Andy 2 out of 2 in the ball game.
Purcell got, there's the replay. Purcell got drilled up the middle, so he hasn't batted since that time where he got hit.
I'm thinking about it. It could certainly affect the batting style. That same gap that they had in his last at bat is sitting there now. Bubba Mack still really pulled.
That's worse. That's even worse.
Over towards the line.
Play!
Cannell is actually changing up the gap, but now it's
trying to get it down the line into the corner. That's his shot.
Wow.
2-run home run. Smash it back on top, 8-6.
So 2 off for smash it, the base is cleared now into the box and having a catcher Ryan Harvey.
Play!
This is a good one. Ryan Harvey. A gapper.
Rob!
Wow.
The top of the fence.
The fence on the line. He was just trying to go opposite way.
390-foot line drive out the top of the 8-foot high fence over there.
Later on, that's a screaming two-bagger for Harvey. And now into the box will be the right fielder, number 3.
I got you, bub.
There's your replay. Great. Oh, just missed. Missed by about the width of the ball.
We got time.
Is that an incredible thing?
I mean, to hit a line drive that hard, almost like it's a single out there, 390 feet.
Crazy, right?
It's what these players do.
Now Andrew Collins. I think he's got a chance to be very high up at the end of the tournament. Obviously, all-tournament team, maybe be MVP.
Got a shot at that top award, I think. Big part of their game against Dan Smith in the comeback. It's a double in the right center.
Time!
13 hits now for Smash It Scene, out hitting Resmondo and outscoring them 9-6.
Oh, it almost had it. Just kick it back there to me, for me.
Nick Santana now.
Play!
Santana swinging that yellow bat, which is a
Let me know when you're ready.
How do you like that
topic
style?
of controversy, which will be discussed at the convention. Same color as the ball, so pitchers are saying they can't see it well
Play!
when the ball comes off those yellow bats. Wow. Got Wegman down the left field line. Wegman cuts it off nicely, but a run's going to score.
That was a smart swing
Time!
by Nick Santana. This could be the turning point in the game. 6 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, take this one with you.
Homer's going to come out and discuss it with Clark and the defense.
I need one.
Because there wasn't any runs in the second or third, it's not, nothing's out of hand at all. Just a 4-run difference between these two.
15 through fucking 4. Forget about this 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's go. Somebody make me a quick play. Come on, that boy, Trav. Working hard.
That's one conference, sir.
Positive message from Helmer there to the defense. They just need one out.
Got you, brother. Yeah.
10-6, Scene leads Resmondo. Resmondo, though, they really need that huge double figure inning. These 2s and 4s, they're not going to win with that.
Okay, Bob.
Rain to the batter. Now both teams concerned with the middle for a little while. I think that they've kind of gotten out of that. Bats have started to come back to life.
Yep. Clark now pitching from the front of the rubber. One hopper to second.
And he gets the play.
Throws to Pearson, third out. Scene gets 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th. They lead 10-6.
Huh?
With Direct Flights Daily, your vacation begins at GoMelbourneFlorida.com.
Each and every day you come out here to the park, you give everything you got.
Behind every good team is a great coach.
Our hands are not in here, hands are out.
Today's coaches mold tomorrow's leaders.
It's a lot of hard work.
We know the blood, sweat, and tears that go into the job. And that's why this season, coaches fly free when booking their team's travel with us.
That's all right, come on, it's fine.
Save time, save money, fly with the Air Travel Group.
Smash it. There he is, Coach of the Year, Rector. Eyeing another men's major title, but this one in a different uniform, staring against his former sponsor, Travis Resmondo. John Rector spent so many years obviously working with Resmondo Sports. Kyle Pearson, the batter. And Junior gets the first out.
I know. Yep.
Can Greg Cannell finally get going?
Jude, good. Good. Yeah. Play.
Greg Cannell grounded over to third, and Briggs. 2 away. Greg Cannell is retired again.
Play!
Brian Wegman. This ball's carrying, and this ball is gone. A solo home run. They're on the board here in the 5th inning. That'll bring Travis Clark to the plate. Resmondo in the middle of their lineup here in the 5th inning.
5 seconds. It's gone.
Nope. You don't have a ball. Haven't said play, bub. I got to put it in play first. What's that?
That was more curious after the bait.
Yeah, no, not at all. I told my dad to leave you alone. Let me know when you're ready. Play!
Clark. This ball's carrying, and that one's gone. Back-to-back solo home runs. And with 2 outs, they finally get on the board. Now an opportunity for Buddy Wolf. We'll see if he can continue it on.
Oh, you got one? Yep. Play!
Buddy Wolf, if it's fair, it's gone. It looks like it's going to go foul, though.
Yep.
So this ball, if hit, it's got to be put into play in fair territory. Andy liked the spot.
1-1.
Ball and a strike.
Batting.
Hit into center. Santana comes in and snatches it. Makes the play. Ends the inning. Sends us to the bottom of the 5th, where Smash It is up by 2.
Three experiences to have in one trip. Go Titusville.com.
Less than 1 year later, here we are. And we've been very busy in believing in this project, giving this association the new chapter. Now this is the final stop for at least the next 20 years.
The Space Coast is becoming the nation.
Travis Clark back on the bump. Facing off against Lee Payne, who's going to hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pitch hitter announced. Batting in place of Brandon Dillon, number 24, Lee Payne.
I got you, Bob. Play! Ball.
Lee Payne leading things off. Travis Clark has pitched a whole lot more in this contest than he did in the previous affair.
Play!
The winners final. Trying to get Payne here. This one floated up, and it's going to turn into a double. He slipped going around the bag, but he's safe back at second, and Travis Clark's hoping for a much different result than he had in the previous game, and he almost got a gift here. Is that floater?
Curb.
Lee Payne was thinking 3, and then he took a dive.
So man at second, there's nobody out in the box.
So Clark hoping that he can hang out for a little longer. This one for more on that. Let's go once again down to the dugout. So Lindsay Schmidt. Lindsay?
That's right, Bernie. Last game against Smash It and Resmondo, tensions were obviously high. Resmondo himself got tossed, but Travis Clark was unhappy with the strike zone. He doesn't seem to have any grievances with it during this game, and this game seems to be a little more calm. Each of the teams more focused on the prize ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. Dennis Ruley is the batter. I don't know, was Ruley actually going for a home run there? That one way short. Payne won't go anywhere.
Time! 1!
Yeah, it seemed like there was a whole lot more, shall I say, drama in the meeting earlier at 1 o'clock. Both teams a lot more chippy, a lot more confrontations. Outside of the ball, right back up the middle, hitting Andy Purcell. Game has moved pretty smooth. This is junior Don DiDonatis III. He flew out to right in his last plate appearance.
Off a little.
Trying to drive home Payne.
He's off. He's off. Now he's back on it. Oh.
Play!
Grounds it down the line. It's fair. And Junior's headed extra bases. He's going to third. Easily gets a triple. That's one of those plays that Kyle Pearson really needed to make. It would have been the second out, turns into a triple. Ask you guys on Facebook Live, who do you think should be this year's MVP?
That's now an illegal appeal. It's a dead ball. Now you can't appeal. It's got to be done during a live ball. We have no appeal now. Here we go. Play! Time. You cannot make an appeal. We've already made one. It was illegal. Hey, that's Rob anyway. That's not me.
Corey Briggs at the plate.
Off of it. Off of it.
Play.
Catch this for me, Mike. Good pitch.
Ball flat and on it.
Edwin Rivera going with Andrew Collins, potentially for MVP. McKinley going with Harvey. Briggs is going to draw a walk. It looks like Clark a little bit rattled here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Good candidate. Let's go.
So it's the top of the lineup.
Play!
And Smash It with a chance to really do some damage after they scored 6. But Branch got a little too greedy. Floats this one up. It will score DiDonatis for
time 2. You have to
second run of the inning.
You do it. If you do it before I say play, you can no longer appeal then. That's an illegal appeal, so your appeal's dead. Huh?
Carlos going with Andy Purcell as the MVP.
It's got to be live. I've got to put my hand out and say play. Once I say play, you can do whatever he wants. While it's dead, that's an illegal appeal. Then you don't get. Then when I do put it in play, you don't get a chance to make the appeal. Right. Play.
Andy Purcell. Same spot, same result. 2-run home run.
And that's a 2-run home run for Andy Purcell. He's now 4 in the game. Corey Riggs will draw home. And that's now 4 across in the inning. It's 14-8. The bases are clear. Ryan Harvey.
Ryan Harvey now.
Play.
Nice try. Nice try. Hey, he's going to get on top of this. Be ready. Be ready, Bees. Do it again. Do it again.
14-8. Smash it on top.
Play.
Harvey, believe it or not, looks like he missed it again, all the way to the warning track.
So what you could have done before someone called time, if you throw back to the base, that's a live ball appeal. It has to be during a live ball time. It's not live until I say play. Once I say play, you can just ask, hey, did he touch it early? But if you do it while the play's dead, that negates your appeal then.
You can only do it once.
Correct.
I only do that all year, so I knew that rule. Did you have a misdemeanor? Probably not. It's not even
No, that's Rob's, yeah. So I wouldn't even have a chance to ask. Absolutely.
4 in the bottom of the 5th, 14-8 our score.
I haven't even called today. I mean, it's my first time behind the plate.
I know Doc was calling those balls. They are strikes, so
yeah.
I'm sure they are.
3's back in?
Yeah.
I know, but it looks better if someone's watching. Hold my beer. Three is back in for 24. What's that?
Where's that height at?
It's good. It's about 9.
Felt like I was sitting at ASA.
Yeah. 3 to 10 is a rule.
Could have swung 3 times before that thing got here.
Yeah.
Bubba Mack, he's hoping this one's going to carry him out of play. Junior as base 4, calls it and makes the catch without a hat.
Two-time World Series MVP and 6-time All-World
Well, Kirby's been about as hot as anyone, and he almost has to stay that hot. We're in the 6th inning, and believe it or not, Resmondo's down to their final 5 outs of the season.
Ball, just out. No, sir. No, but it didn't.
Andy Purcell continues to chirp. And Scott Kirby continues to mash. Another home run for Kirby.
I didn't think it crossed the whole thing. That's all I'm saying.
I even thought it landed on the course, so I figured it went across it at some point.
Mike Umscheid. One away, one in. 5-run smash it lead.
Play!
Base it right side.
Time. 87 for Bayzat. BJ for Bayzat.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter here. In the 6th inning, as BJ Falk is going to come to the plate with eyes on Helmer's wall.
One down, B. Yes, sir. You let me know.
Ready, Corey.
Play. Ball.
First pitch was short of BJ Falk. And he launches it over one wall, and why not? Almost all the way to Helmer's wall. Bryson Baker to the wall. Dillon almost got it, but it cleared the fence.
Like he overjumped it. Got one out, bub.
4 in here in the 6th inning.
Play! Yep.
Called strike.
Play!
Boom. A light shot. You could hear it in the crowd as that ball was driven out of here. Now can Greg Cannell finally find his groove? Teammates with Andy Purcell for so many years. I'm sure outside of BP, hasn't been a whole lot of opportunities to hit. Off Andy Purcell takes a pitch, a called strike. One and one. Nope. Missed it. 2 away. Here's Wegman at the plate. Home runs are unlimited here at the Men's Major World Series.
It's heavy.
And Wegman, a line drive hit.
Time!
So what do we think? Can Resmondo pull off this comeback and win this first game and force an, if necessary, game tonight under the lights?
Play!
Travis Clark flies out to Collins, ends the threat. So we know for sure Resmondo will be trailing in the final inning. The question is by how much? And kind of a nostalgic here for all the fans and the faithful here at the Men's Major World Series, because it's the final one right here at Champion Stadium. More on that. Let's head down to the dugouts. Lindsay Schmidt. Lindsay?
Thanks, Bernie. Yes, it is the final tournament championship at Champion Stadium. Not only for the guys who are playing right on this field, but I've been roaming around the backfield all week and weekend and asking people what are some of their favorite memories from playing at Disney, and a lot of them said this is the best competition that they face all year, so they're definitely going to miss that, but they're looking forward to the new facility at Space Coast Stadium. As far as these guys on the field here, I talked to Brett Helmer in between games. He said he and Andy Purcell have been playing together for at least 20 years now. They have a lot of memories and a lot of rivalry tension between them here, but they're friends off the field, just not right now while they're playing.
Well, thanks so much, Lindsay. What a night. What a final night. I think the faithful here is hoping that there will be at least one more major game to be played in the stadium. Andrew Collins. Collins leading off the inning.
Yeah, but hitting up on it this time. He's on it this time, Hanson.
Play!
Move, let's go. Good start.
Yep, that was two.
Andrew Collins on his way to second with a double.
Time.
And that's a double left for Andrew Collins. He is now 3 out of 4 in the game. That is his 15th in this World Series. And for the center fielder, Nick Santana. Nick's got 10 hits so far in this World Series.
On you, babe.
Let's go.
Play! Help! No, sir, it's not. Time!
DW from softballcenter.com back here in the booth.
Much better. Don't.
Tell you what, I spent a little longer out there taking pictures than I thought. I just get those last few pictures of the stadium and a couple of different angles. After 17 years of having the major here, it's kind of
crazy, right?
A little sad, actually. I mean, to be honest, but
this is a brilliant ballpark.
Yep.
Space Coast is going to be beautiful as well, but
101.
And obviously, this has certainly a different stature about it. It's got a double-deck stadium. We found out the only double-deck spring training complex in Florida. Santana flies out for out number 1.
A lot of history here.
Time 1.
This could be the same as the last game, though, DW.
Yep.
1 run the difference. 3 runs was the difference in the 7th.
Resmondo just never had that big inning in this game, but they still have a chance. Bottom of the 6th, trailing by 1. Scene with the 14-13 lead.
Luis Reina, batter, with the runner on 3rd. This one could be playable. That's kind of the difference. I think that might have been a ball that somehow the infielders or the outfielders for Smash It would have caught.
Seemed to get to. Resmondo's played a solid defensive game, so 2 in a row today against Smash It Scene. It hasn't been the defense that's been the problem. It's been the lack of offense. He's only scored 20 in that game at 1 o'clock today, but tonight you look at the board, they only have 13.
How about?
Let's go.
Hey!
Reina may have burned him. Umshide with a great running catch. Straight away center over his head, the hardest catch to make.
Time 2.
Umshide showing some real good range out there. The dead run to the fence for out number 2. Sacrifice fly makes it 15-13.
So 2 outs. Guess you'd take that if you're Smash It, if you could finish it off right here. Just allowing a run here in the bottom of the 6th. You put up, I don't know, 6 runs in the 7th inning. Would you feel like you at least have a fighter's chance,
for
right?
sure give you a chance. They're going to need
Make
one
it
more.
7 runs.
Still on a clutch homer.
Play!
Come on, team, come on. Just start.
Dennis Ruley.
Ruley's had a nice series.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Adding to his all-time leading hit total.
Play! Yep, hop! Strike.
Ruley didn't like it, but it's called a strike.
Has any major player ever liked a strike call?
I don't think so.
Neither do I. PJ Falk catching now. He had that huge pinch hit homer.
Play!
Off Clark's leg into right field.
Wow, that's a tough break.
Infield single. Got him in the shin guard.
Well, here's Junior. Certainly got to be right there pick-wise for defensive MVP for this championship.
He's probably had the best diving play of the tournament the other night.
I think it's got to be up there with anything you've seen on the infield this year, right?
Right.
Play!
DeDonatis and Reyna both co-MVP, defensive MVPs. He got himself a home run. Wow.
And that's a 2-run home run to right field, a line drive over.
Old school Don DeDonatis.
DeDonatis hit a line drive homer down the right field line, and he is fired up. Junior. Line smash by DeDonatis. Puts him up 18-13. They've out-hit the great Resmondo lineup 20-16.
So smash and answers with 4.
What are you going to do?
Here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Let's go right now.
Including a huge home run for Junior.
I don't have my white beard no more.
So much emotion rides
for you
in this one for these guys.
Sand is their building blocks, and that board is an preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened at the sound of a wave.
Yeah, come on in.
It's the home of the original, home to the epic, and the home of the legendary.
And all the things, those are the group of guys and the emotion that Travis Resmondo left.
Right.
Decided to go his own way.
They definitely
after being together for so many years.
They are the emotional team, kind of an old school team. That's the way it was always done. Team players getting fired up, and you don't see that kind of fire on these other major teams. Resmondo down to their last inning of the season, possibly. They need 5 to tie, 6 to take the lead. They trail 18-13, top of the 7th. They've been out hit. 21-16. And they start towards the bottom of the lineup.
I got you, buddy.
Wolf,
Let me know.
Bubba Mack, and Scott Kirby. First 3 hitters.
I got you, Bo. That's all right. Yeah. Hey!
Wind blowing out to right. Wolf hits it out of here. Solo homer to start things up.
That's a start.
Fair. Yep. He's right on top of it down there. It's fair.
18-14.
It's fair, okay, but who called it?
He calls it. Yep, he points and I call. He points, I echo it. We talked about it at the pregame to let you know specifically. They're pointing and letting know I'm echoing the call.
6 conference umpires. That's Levi Lynch down the right field line. Looking at the home runs, making sure they inside the foul pole.
Work.
Bubba Mack will take his shot.
Hey!
Resmondo has not had that big inning in this game. Mack got it good. That one's deep to left center and way out of here. Down the right side of the hill. We're going to estimate that at 435. One run closer. Resmondo trailing by 3. Your next 3 scheduled hitters: Scott Kirby, Mike Umscheid, and BJ Falk.
Hey!
Kirby backhanded by Briggs. He's got a long throw, and he's safe at first.
Kirby beats it out.
Under the leaping first baseman, Jason Branch, who just about came down on top of him. This will be a good replay here. Great play by Briggs, but he double clutched. He's in.
Easily.
Ducked his head and everything. Kirby with the sellout head first slide into first, and people say you shouldn't head first slide into first, but that's one example when it throws up the line. Right? When it throws up the line like that, and the player's leaping in the air. Yep. Safe at first, so still no outs. They inch just a little closer to a shot at either tying this game or taking a lead. Might come shy the batter.
Smash It is still the home team. They've got a chance for a walk-off winner no matter what happens here in this inning.
Scheid has laced infield, or singles through the infield all night long. He's really placing it well. That one's on the plate. He's going to walk. They're going to get it to B.J. Falk.
Thinking any differently than he did about 5-10 minutes ago?
He's still got a lot of work to do, I think, Byrne. But never say die when there's still outs left.
They can make sure that we play the maximum amount of this game and its full potential with a home run right here on the final night at Disney.
Folk pinch hit homer last time up, stayed in the lineup.
One out. Let's go.
For Bazat.
Let's go. Play.
Swung on deep. Right field. If it's fair, it's gone.
Oh!
Foul ball. And that puts BJ in the hole against Purcell, who's very good when he's pitching with a strike. Out of the dugout is Jason Kendrick, thinking about a conference. He goes back in. BJ's set. Flat and outside. Purcell giving him his best pitches now. That one just hit the plate. Falk gets a pitch to hit. It's coming down. Collins has a chance. Picks it off the carpet and makes a nice catch.
We have time.
Out number one. Oh, the knuckle on that was incredible. To catch that clean is just another great play by the right fielder, Collins. Bring up Bryson Baker with one out. That's what they need to do, is make all the outs tough outs. See what happens. Scheid on first, he walked. Kirby on third. He had that infield single.
Well, this is where they want to be. They got to the top of their lineup. They got a chance.
Line smash by Baker to left, the base hit, and Run's going to score.
They're within two now.
Time!
Big man Pearson at the plate.
Two on, one out. Pearson in a big spot here.
I think they're
with a chance to take the lead. And you know, we talked about even with 1 or 2 runs of an advantage.
We have time.
Go into the 7th inning, even though they have the hammer. Sometimes even being up 1 or 2 runs, we've seen teams.
Right, when you're on a baseball field, 1 or 2 runs.
1 3/4.
You know, a lot of things can happen. You can win with 1 or 2. Rector, one of the other managers on the team, out to discuss things defensively.
Great call.
The Smash It team, though, I've seen them turn double plays in a situation like this. It would be all over real quick.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
guys. It's like one fucking thing. You know what?
Actually, it's.
You don't have to cover the plate. Just a little stitch.
That's right. Yeah. So tell Nick that. That's exactly right. I got you. That's one conference.
John Rector. This is the spot.
Thank you.
Kyle Pearson.
I got you, brother.
He really needs it because up next is Greg Cannell, who I don't remember the last time I saw him get a hit. A chance to get the lead. Floated out to left. This one does fall in front of Dylan. The tying run is in scoring position. Bases are loaded. And now, will we finally see Greg Cannell come through with a big hit?
He's just missed on his last couple at bats. Still hit at 370 feet, but he was out. He has been struggling. There aren't too many better hitters in the game, though.
A chance for a grand slam against his old friends, his old teammates, wearing a different jersey. Greg Cannell. That one lands. He's got a base hit. And it continues. A run comes in. Bases remain loaded. And here comes Wegman. And things could really start to get interesting now.
He's going to want one probably. Here, take this.
Purcell going to try to stall as much as possible here as the momentum starts to shift. 18-17 now. Resmondo still needs a run to extend this game.
Can Wegman do it here? Wegman floats this one to right. It carries back. Collins lets it go. It's a grand slam. Resmondo comes back, and they are on top here in the 7th inning. A huge swing for Brian Wegman. Eight runs here in the 7th inning.
I got you, Bob. On you, Trav.
And all I was thinking is Collins is going to leap up and snatch it. It seemed like that's the type of contest this has been.
Right, he got it up there, and I'm looking at the flag right now, and the flag is straight down, so the wind didn't help him on that one.
Clark, deep, but not deep enough. Right now, 3 runs the difference. It's really not an insurmountable lead.
Nope.
Resmondo 4 in the first, 6 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, I should say. So any one of those innings, that would have been enough.
Little drama here at the end of the first game of the championship.
If Resmondo wins, we'll have the, if necessary, championship game immediately following this one.
Hey! Hop!
Keep working.
Definitely
swings on the right side, doesn't he?
If they could complement this inning with a couple of 2-out runs, would really put some pressure on Smash It.
They're going to need it here from the bottom of their lineup. Grounded under the glove of the first baseman, Jason Branch. That would have been the final out of the inning. It continues.
One of the first errors in this game.
Branch checking his glove.
Branch, the utility man on this Smash It team. He usually plays a game in the outfield, a couple of third, game at second. He's the one that gives everybody a a relief during the weekend. But here at the major, he's been at first base. He's done a pretty good job. He just didn't look that one in. It was hit sharply by Wolf.
Everybody's thinking about Buckner on Facebook Live.
Yeah, there's no question he should have had it.
But it goes to Junior. He goes across the diamond, and this time Branch does pull it out. And so here we go to the final half inning.
Yeah, Branch is upset, but it actually didn't affect the game. 21-18. We go to the bottom of the 7th. C needs 3 to tie and 4 to win.
And so you take a look at, is this where maybe you're going with Travis Clark the rest of the way? Or are you thinking about how well Sanchez did mixing things up?
What's up, kids?
I tell you, I don't think they'll go with Sanchez. Throughout the season, he had a little bit of a problem with walks, so they're probably going to go with Clark. But that would be an interesting call. I don't see Clark coming out yet. Ryan Goodman in the game defensively. So we do have some substitutions.
Yeah.
Or he's out there with a glove at least. He is their big defensive substitute on the infield. I believe Bazat's coming back in for Falk at short. Kirby on the dish. Bubba Mack has moved over to first. Ryan Goodman at second. He's the defensive specialist. Clark is coming out to pitch. Cannell in the middle. And Bryson Baker at third, left to right in the outfield. Wegman, Umscheid, and Buddy Wolf.
And look at this.
Top of the order.
Yeah, leading things off.
10 would have been a good number.
And at the end of the day, the miss over at first wasn't very costly.
It didn't mean anything really, except another batter got through the lineup in case it goes to extra innings.
So they need 3 to tie it, 4 to be the men's major champions.
Branch, Purcell, and Harvey.
The Resmondo fans hoping that this will mirror the second and the third, where Smash It Sports without scoring. End of the other innings, it's all over.
Hey!
All right, here we go. Grounded, Branch tripped out of the box, and there's the throw across the diamond. I think the trip was big because it allowed just enough time. If not, I think Branch may have beaten this one out.
Cannell made a nice play up the middle, but he's not a true middle infielder, and definitely slipping out of the box gave him that extra time to make the throw. Cannell with a nice ranging to his left, probably gets him anyways. Andy Purcell the batter.
Hey!
Here's Andy Purcell, the last 2 hooked right around the corner.
Attaboy, Goody. Attaboy.
Don't want to walk him.
One more, let's go.
Called strike.
Someone's going to have to make a great play, I think, to be seen.
Hey!
Right through you. Attaboy, Connie.
Andy Purcell towards the gap. This one gets down. Extra bases. Limping into second with a double.
Thought for a second there Wegman might have a shot at a full dive, but he played it off the fence.
I'd say at this point Harvey is due.
Harvey's due, but a home run doesn't even tie it yet.
And the potential MVP waiting on deck.
Hey!
Good start. Damn, nice try.
Play! Yep.
Barely.
Time.
It's just missed inside.
Once
Been
again,
a long day for
you don't want to walk them.
Travis Clark playing the losers bracket final, pitching earlier today in the winners final.
Play!
Now pitching here in the 7th inning. And Harvey walked.
That's a mistake. Tying run at the plate, Collins, who's been hitting it well. On deck, Nick Santana.
You'd take 3 right here if you're a smasher, just to make sure no matter what.
You would.
You're playing the 8th.
You just wonder what goes through the hitter's mind at a time like this. Is he thinking just go with the pitch and see what happens? Or is he trying to go gap? And if it goes out, it goes out.
And the unfortunate thing for Resmondo is very rarely have we seen them turn double plays. It is set up, though, at all the bases.
Yep, Collins does run well, and he will hustle.
First pitch way outside. I think he missed it. But it carries in to the wall, a 3-run home run. And now Santana has a chance for a walk-off winner.
Collins ties it up, hit it about 400 feet. He thought he got it. The rest of us were
That was
wondering.
just because of the loft, right?
Right, and there's no wind right now. The flag is still. Umshai gave it his best effort. And now Smash It Scene only needs a run with 1 out, and they win the 2017 Major World Series.
Here we go. Come on. Make a good play. Let's go.
It's 1, sir.
So it's going to be the strategy. They're going to walk Santana.
That's 1 conference, sir.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Lulu, I'm on you.
It's going to be a lot of backseat managing after this one, win or lose, with some of the moves today. But
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see.
The men's major championship on the line here.
Yep.
On you, Goody. Let's go. Come on, Deion Sanders. Come on, Deion.
Play!
Start. No.
Nope, it's over him. That's heavy.
Good.
Rainier out to right. Santana puts on the brakes at third. And now here comes Dillon. That's what we were talking about with walking Santana.
Yep.
Now almost anything.
Probably half or more of Reina's hits during the year are extra bases, so it's tough to walk anybody. But they're going to walk another one, set up the force at home.
And the hit king is at the plate.
Clutch hit there by Reina.
I got you. Yeah.
They're bringing the outfield in. Of course, if he hits it over their head, it's you
got to score on a sacrifice fly
yeah, he's going to
anyways.
score anyways. Santana runs good.
Yep.
Really just has to get a strike to hit, and the game is over.
The bases are loaded for Smash It here, trying to be the major champions. And now they're in danger of walking in the men's major winning run.
It's got to come with 2 strikes. I think Rulli would want to hit this ball myself.
Yep. Hey!
Bases loaded, Rulli. Ball 4! And Smash It! They've won the Men's Major World Series. A walk-off winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 USSSA Major World Series champions, Smash It scores 22-21. What a ball game, incredible drama, incredible game for both teams. Let's give them both a huge round of applause. That game showcasing everything that is great about this
top
game.
button. See, you'd been out of here without the top button.
What do you think?
Great game. Would have liked to see Rulli win it there with a hit maybe, or a sacrifice fly, just because of what he's done in his career. But
yeah, not a whole lot of walk-off winners.
Yeah, they intentionally walked one guy and then walked the bases loaded there. So a great game nonetheless, and a great season for Smash It Sports Scene, who now has won 10 tournaments and the biggest prize.
I'm not worried about that.
And how about for the Andy Purcells, the Don DiDonatises of the world that were left off of that Resmondo team, needing to rebuild, to be able to put it all together?
Definitely a little revenge there, and they earned it on the field. There's no question they beat Resmondo, the second best team, twice. So hats off to them. We'll do the awards now for those who want to stick around and see who wins the MVP in all tournament.
Who's your vote on the MVP?
I don't have the stats in front of me, so I think you need to take a look at that. My gut says Andrew Collins. He hit the huge 3-run homer here in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game. He hit that thing 400 feet. He probably had the best average and on-base percentage of anyone in the tournament. So I'm going to head down to the field, and
Lindsay's going to go down and get some interviews for us with the winners.
Thanks, Bern. It's been a good year. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. DW from softballcenter.com. Lindsay's on her way down to interview a handful of the winners. We're not quite sure if Andrew Collins is going to be the MVP, but she's going to start that way. He certainly had an MVP-like night throughout the weekend. Game-tying home run. Number was just a sky-high ball that he just powered over center field. So Andrew Collins is the men's major champion, and he is down on the field with Lindsay Schmidt. Lindsay?
Thanks, Bernie. Andrew, first off, congratulations. Big win for you guys tonight. Obviously, you had that tying home run in the bottom of the 7th. What was going through your mind as you stepped up to the plate?
First and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors. None of that would be possible without them. So Tony Abacoco, Rick from Smash It Sports, Tim from TBD. So without them, this doesn't happen. So I'm very grateful for that. Man, I've been pretty locked in all weekend. I got a pitch I could drive, and I went hard to it. Got the result I was looking for.
And you've been making those web gem plays out in right field over there. Talk about yourself as a defender.
Our whole outfield's outstanding in my opinion. I've been calling us the best in the game all year long. We've battled some injuries here and there, but as a unit, we move and work well together. So without my backup center fielder, Nick Santana, I'm able to cheat some gaps and work some lines to make those catches.
Now, one last question before I let you go. Our fans on Facebook Live are saying you could be the MVP. What would that mean to you to take home that tonight?
Man, I'm happy for the team. Individual awards are cool and all, but this ring meant more to this team than anything I can imagine. We've worked for a goal all year, so if I'm fortunate enough to win that award, I'm grateful. Thank you for everyone watching. You guys make this sport what it is.
Thanks, Andrew. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Andrew Collins. There are the bats being cut. All the top teams. Nick Santana had the walk-off winning run. We'll listen in a moment for the post-game awards here at this year's Major World Series. They are the trophies, all the hardware at this year's Major World Series. What a great championship it was. They are cutting, just by the way, every bat is being cut, whether past compression or not. All right, Smash It, the winners. We are going to head down once again and check in with Lindsay Schmidt. Lindsay?
Hey, Bernie, of course you can't just have one post-game interview for the championship game. We have to include Rick Schiffauer, the owner of Smash It Sports. Rick, talk about this whole tournament, this championship. You've got Andy right here. Lots of love between these guys. What's going through your head, Rick?
Oh, it's just awesome, man. These guys fought, they battled, and I couldn't be more proud of them. We all came together. I actually was with the other side last year. Came over with these guys this year, and awesome.
Andy, how proud are you of this team?
All right.
I just got to thank him, Tony Albacoco, Frakes. They make all this happen. They put a great guys together, and we can't do nothing without these guys. So all the love to them.
Big congratulations to you guys. I'll let you go celebrate. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And we'll try to find you guys some more people to talk to as they're celebrating down here on the field. Let's see if we can get Junior to come over.
A big night under the lights. A lot of emotions for Andy Purcell. This championship had to mean, I would think, as much if not more for him and for Junior. And speaking of Don DiDonatis III, He's with Lindsay. Lindsay?
Speaking of Junior, he is here with me. Junior, we just saw Andy very emotional out on the field. What does this mean to you guys as a team to take this championship?
It means a lot of hard work, and it's a year-round deal, so this one's kind of extra special for a few of us because we've been with those guys for so long, and for it to come out to us and them kind of felt like it was fate. So I'm not going to lie, I've been fortunate enough to win 10 of these, and I'm not saying this because it's the heat of the moment. I treasure this one the most. This was special.
This is not only, a championship that you guys keep winning together, but this is the last one here at Disney. Next year we move over to Space Coast Stadium, which is beautiful in its own right, but there's something about playing at Disney that I'm sure is always special to you guys.
Yeah, I guess that says we're old. We've been playing here since 2000. But yeah, the atmosphere here as a player is, it's definitely, we look forward to it. I mean, I think we'll match that over in Vieira, but to play here for the last 17 years has been, it's been a fun road, and definitely some good times and lifelong memories were created here.
And last question for you before I let you go continue the celebration. You and Andy have been playing together for such a long time. You don't see many professional sport players who get to play together for that long. How much do you, take out of this as not just a win for you, but as for your teammates?
Yeah, it's huge because we got a few guys that have never had this experience before, so a lot of it we wanted to win it for them as well because, like I said, they've came up short a few times. As far as me and Andy goes, it obviously goes deeper than teammates. We're tight, we're friends, brothers, family. So to be able to do it with him for this long is extra special as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go celebrate. Bernie.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Well, we'll stay here and have the post-game ceremony. Let's listen in now to the public address announcer.
First of all, we would like to congratulate the team you just witnessed play an incredible championship game. They came up just one run short. They finished this World Series with a record of 4-2. Ladies and gentlemen, your second place finishing team, Resmondo. And as many of you know, this will be the final World Series held here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports for a while. Next year, we'll be moving down the road to the beautiful new USSSA complex in Vieira, Florida. And so as Resmondo accepts that second place award, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that during the 18 World Series that have been played here at Disney, 10 of those have ended with the team wearing Resmondo on their jerseys as the champions. So though they finished second this year, an incredible sponsor, an incredible softball club, let's have a big round of applause for this year's second place finisher, Resmondo OA Apparel, H Auto Specialty Tank. And now I would like to introduce to you the members of the 2017 USSSA Men's Major World Series Champions. They are Smash It Scene, TDB, Mike and Worth. Gentlemen, I'm going to call you out individually. I'd ask that you all come forward and then gather for a team picture. These are the members of your 2017 World Series champions. Jason Branch, Andy Purcell, Ryan Harvey, Andrew Collins, Nick Santana, Luis Reyna, Brandon Dillon, Dennis Ruley, Don DiDonatis, Corey Briggs, Lee Payne, Eric Kanabi, Jeff Grouse, Jason Kendrick, John Rector, and Lee Phillips. and George Phillips, the outstanding statistician. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2017 World Series champions. So congratulations once again to Smash It, your 2017 World Series champions. Next up, we would like to introduce you to the members of the 2017 All-World team. At the conclusion of announcing the All-World team, we will introduce you to this year's home run champion, the outstanding offensive and defensive players, and then finally the most valuable player. So let's begin with the members of the 2017 All-World team. From Dan Smith, an infielder, Stephen Lloyd. From Resmondo, an outfielder, Brian Wegman. From Smash It, infielder, Corey Briggs. From The Scene, outfielder, Ryan Disbennett. From Dan Smith, outfielder Brian Zirkle. From Resmondo, pitcher Travis Clark. From Smash It, catcher Ryan Harvey. From Resmondo, infielder Bryson Baker. From Smash It, infielder Dennis Ruley. From Bad Draw, infielder C.J. Jacinto. From Resmondo, utility player Scott Kirby. From Smash It, Shortstop, Don DeDonatis III. From Dan Smith, infielder Chad Durick. From Smash It, outfielder Nick Santana. From Rax, catcher Stuart Snell. From Resmondo, infielder Kevin Bazat. From Smash It, outfielder Andrew Collins. From The Scene, catcher Corey Booth. From Dan Smith, utility player Chris Greinert. From Resmondo, infielder Kyle Pearson. And from Smash It, the pitcher Andy Purcell. And of course, any all-world team needs an all-world manager. The manager of your World Series champions from Smash It, Mr. John Rector. Next up, this year's World Series home run champion. He hit 12. He is your defending World Series most valuable player with 12 home runs from Resmondo, Mr. Kyle Pearson. And the next award goes to the outstanding defensive player throughout this World Series. So many great plays through the 4 days here. The crew here in the press box put our heads together, looked them all over. And this year's award goes to a man who's been a great defensive player for a long time and displayed it once again this week. The Gold Glove winner for the 2017 World Series, Mr. Don DeDonatis III. Next up, the award for the outstanding offensive player in this year's World Series. He had an on-base percentage of .733. He led his team with 22 runs driven in. He led everyone in the World Series with 12 home runs. He's going to need an extra seat on the plane home, but come on back out. Your outstanding offensive player is Kyle Pearson. And certainly last but not least, the announcement of the Most Valuable Player Award. Let me first give you his offensive statistics during the week. An incredible .870 on-base percentage, a team-high 9 home runs, a team-high 20 RBIs. Couple that with a bucket full of outstanding defensive plays in right field. Ladies and gentlemen, your most valuable player, Mr. Andrew Collins. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been an incredible 4 days of softball here at the beautiful ESPN Wide World of Sports. And it has also been an incredible 18 World Series here in beautiful Disney World. It's been a wonderful era for the great game of slow pitch softball. And we now move on to another exciting, outstanding era as we move to Vieira, Florida, to the beautiful new USSSA complex. So we will see you all there in just 361 days. The countdown to the 48th USSSA World Series officially begins now. On behalf of all the teams, the outstanding umpiring crew, all of the staff of USSSA who work so hard to put on such a wonderful show, we thank all of you for being here to share this with us. We hope that you will drive home safely and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for being part of the great game of softball.
We got to do SDIs now? Originally he was saying that it might be in the weekend. Is there that tripod over there? Is that ours? I think so. I was talking to, I can't remember her name, like you're on replay. We weren't sure. I think so, but that's where camera 5 was, right? No. I brought camera 5 was behind that, like, and you brought the tripod? I brought everything in. Oh, well then, yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, cool. What's up, Colin? How was that camera duty today? Difficult? Huh? Yeah. It must have been... Your feet got to be killing you. I'm gonna be honest though, you joke, my ass does hurt, like, I'm sitting all down. Oh yeah, it's brutal, right? Especially... It's not as bad, I know. Different kind of pain. I like how you're like getting in front of the camera. In fact, you may want to not do that. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're good. Also, hold on, let me just check with Brandon. Alright. Yeah, Abby, that is not our trap. I do want to ask Lindsay something before. SDI, do we have to keep it? Well, we're done? I'm gonna go. Alright, yeah, you guys are good. Cool.